Yo.
Sec. Should get comfy.
Mm-hmm.
Get comfy this wild episode. So,
Yo.
the weigh-ins.
The weigh-ins.
Dum, dum, dum.
Yeah, I need more air horns. Yeah, the weigh-ins happened today. That was good. That was fun. You know, guy seems nice. Smiled at him. You know, we were like, there's a photo, our like face-off photo. We were just staring at each other, like smiling because we both tried to be serious for like a second and then just like smiled and laughed.
That's nice.
Yeah, and then like, it was awkward. After we broke, I went like that to him, as he went like that. And so I went like that as he went to like shake my hand, and we both sort of, you know, when you both change, and then we just like laughed and went on. Weird that like, you know, it's all fun and games now, but then as soon as that cage door locks, it's like, oh, let's hurt each other.
What's your T minus 24 hours?
Yeah, I got a notification before being like, it is one day until the fight.
Yeah, what's your feelings now?
I'm chilling.
Really?
No, I'm now like, I say that's probably not the most nervous I've been. I'll probably be the most nervous I've been tomorrow. Like, I think there was stress behind the weigh-ins because I had no idea how it was gonna go. Also, I've just got banana like chips like everywhere. Oh yeah, but the fact that it went like smoothly and he was like friendly, I think has relieved a lot of stress because it takes the pressure off. If he's like chatting shit to me and like pushing me or whatever, it's like, okay, I now have to bang you out. But it's like, no, it just feels like some, you know, a nice, friendly, fun fight.
You gonna suck his cock in the octagon then?
Fuck off. You just don't know how to have fun, right? Lad, I can't eat or drink without making a mess of myself right now. Just put water on my own pants. It's the weight cut, man. It was rough.
So, can you give us the details, the lowdown of like what's happening?
The game plan.
Like the details for the actual event, like for all the people who are coming, the millions in attendance.
The millions, right, all the thousands of fans. I stole a lineup card today.
Oh, okay.
But I left. Oh, do I have it in my bag? No, I took it out. Never mind. So there's 19 fights. I'm obviously headlining main event.
They're usually the last one on, not one of the first.
Fuck off.
Usually the shittest ones are first.
Yeah, fair.
Nah, to be fair, like being on like one of the first ones is probably best because you can just like you can just start getting pissed straight away.
Mm-hmm. Win or lose, bro, I'm heading straight to the bar. It's tears streaming straight to the bar.
Yeah, this could either go like, I'll make a clip out of this. It could either go really well or really good. It's gonna be a video of either you on the canvas or a video of him on the canvas.
Yeah, literally. Or it's gonna be a decision win by me. It's either gonna.
You gotta hype it up. You gotta hype it up.
First round KO. 10
No one's
seconds,
making it to the
right?
end.
No, it's gonna be one of us is gonna die tomorrow.
Leave
okay?
on a stretcher, and it's not gonna be me.
I said that to my dad. I was like, it's mad that tomorrow might be the last time you ever see me alive.
It is though.
Yeah, it is. Is there anything you want to say to me now, just in case?
Fucking glad it's over.
Yeah, the podcast is a chore at this point.
I'm excited for it though. I'm excited to see you fight. It's gonna be fun. Imagine be a good. I hope it's be a good atmosphere.
Yeah, I imagine so. If it's fucking, you know,
It's D-side.
yeah. So who knows?
It'd be a dangerous atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any betting going on? You have to bet.
My dad asked me that. Right.
Bet against you.
No, yeah, literally. I was like, so if you could bet, I've said no. It's not like a big thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, so if you could bet, would you bet for me or against me? He was like, probably against you. Cheers, Dad.
Do you know anything about fucking hell? What is wrong with you today, lad?
You're a banana.
I mean, you're just dripping out your mouth.
It wasn't dripping. It's just like, you know, you get the banana bread.
Fuck, what I was gonna say.
Probably something stupid.
Probably. It's about the fight.
We were talking about betting. And then my dad not believing in me.
This happened yesterday. I just lose when we were hanging out yesterday. I just lose my train of thought.
Maybe you got brain damage.
I probably do.
Probably.
I should probably go for a brain scan.
Yeah, we should go for a boys' trip to the MRI.
I thought about getting a brain scan like after I got concussed last year. I was like genuinely considering like phoning on the doctor and being like, I think I'm gonna die.
It is funny the sort of like a concussion's like, it's not like, oh wow, I'll just sleep it off, or like I'll put a plaster on it and tomorrow it'll be fine. It's slightly more to the extreme side, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not like over there.
It depends how heavy the concussion is, isn't it?
And
like,
obviously the one you had was the heaviest anyone's ever had in their life.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I survived it. I'm just built different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fight vlog video. I don't want to call it a vlog.
Yeah,
it sounds a bit like
fight documentary.
Documentary.
Fight movie that is 30
Movie.
seconds long. And it's just me on the canvas face down.
it's gonna be a video of you in the ice bath, like.
Yeah.
And then like I'll put like a clip of us talking about the fight on the podcast and being like, "Here's the result."
Yeah. There'll be some dramatic intro with you voicing over to just me like. And then me on the camera's like, have you seen when people get knocked out and they're like, I hope that like I don't care about getting knocked out, but if I do that or if I shit myself, if like I would rather lose 100 times and go 0-100 in the octagon
Then shit your
than
pants.
shit my pants in the octagon once. I get kicked in the body and just like piss myself or like anything. I think I'd kill myself and it would be the opponent's fault.
You're gonna piss yourself and shit yourself before you go into the octagon, and then
obviously.
do it whilst you're in the octagon.
Yeah, as soon as the cage door shuts, bro, it's like, tears are streaming. I'm like, Danny, don't make me do this. Banging on the cage.
Is Danny fighting as well?
Yeah, Danny's been event. Like I remember speaking to him about this. I was like, how do you coach knowing that you have a fight? And he said the last 2 fights before him, he'll have nothing to do with.
Okay,
so
cool.
he can go and sort of prepare him. He'll just sit in the changing room on his own, like, well, they're not like on his own, but in the corner by himself with his headphones in, and just deal with his own shit. I was like, yeah, respect.
How many fights has Danny had? Do you know?
I think he's had about 10 amateur, and this is his 3rd pro fight, I think. No, maybe 4. I don't know. He's had a few.
Damn, that's pretty sick. I was thinking, you suggested like me being in Liverpool going to Next Gen.
Oh yeah.
You know, when you go like, down the rabbit hole of like imagining all the cool shit that could happen. I just imagine like me like sparring Paddy the Baddy, like meeting him and then
Yeah,
be,
you
like,
would, and you get the shit kicked out of you.
Yeah, he would either go light on me and just like play with me,
Yeah, I imagine that.
or he'll just deck me and just do whatever he wants to me.
You get people like that in every gym where like spar and they don't care about hurting you, and then you get like all the other people who will do it. You just sort of go. The best rule for sparring is play it by however your opponent goes. If your opponent's hitting you hard, then fuck it. If you want to go hard, we can go hard. And if they're very clearly new,
I'll then go hard.
And one time, it was like my first session in Meritor, and I'd forgotten my shin guards because I thought it was just grappling, so I brought some gloves, like boxing gloves, just in case. And so I was just doing boxing.
Oh, okay.
And I was with this guy who I've only seen there once, and it was that day, and he said he was new. So I was like, okay, cool, we'll just go light. Just thinking him, and he just swings the hardest overhand right I've ever taken. Like, with boxers, it just hits me clean, and like, that's the first and I've been days before afterwards, but that's the most I've been like, what the fuck? like, like shit splitting sort of days. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, maybe slightly lighter than that. He's like, okay, I've never sparred before. And I just never saw him again. He just came into the gym to bang me out and then leave.
Oh my! Are you taking like a full head kick to the face?
Not with bare shim.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever taken a full head kick because I don't think I've ever thrown a full head kick. Like, I've taken probably about a half 40% one. Oh, that didn't feel great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. Well, like. The idea of taking bare shin kicks does scare me, and checking bare skin get.
Have you done like any shin conditioning?
Yeah, I'm just naturally being a hard bastard. No, I'm not. I take that back immediately because I know how much that could bite me on the arse tomorrow when my leg splits in half like Anderson Silva. I was like a little bit like there's a wall at my house that's sort of like perfectly the length of my shin. So I sort of kick that gently. My shins are very bruised though, so this one in particular, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna hurt. I might just take him like a champ to the thigh, you know.
To be honest, once you got that adrenaline running,
Yeah.
you won't feel much. You'll just be like, okay,
Yeah, hopefully.
go again. You know what I mean? There will get a point though where maybe when you start to relax a bit more, especially towards like the later round,
Yeah, it's like, ooh,
you're
that
gonna be
hurts.
like, okay, I'm starting to feel this now.
Yeah.
Especially body shots. If you get hit with some body shots.
I really fucking hope not. Like, there's ones that make you go like,
Have you been dropped with a body shot? Have you been hit with a liver shot before?
Touch wood, no, I haven't. We've done like body, you know, where you get in the circle.
Yeah.
And like I've eventually been dropped by one, but yeah, I body shots like right to the solar plexus. Yeah, they don't
That
feel nice.
wins you. It's like,
And you get like the wave across your body and shit.
like trying to breathe.
Oh yeah, it's not fun.
Remember when I got hit with the liver shot? I literally like you know when you always people talk about you get like you can't move whatever you're like temporarily paralyzed. It was literally just like that. I remember literally just going like my right arm, and I sort of like I went for a body shot. Was it a body shot? It was an uppercut or something, and the guy slipped and pivoted out, and then slammed in his left hook. And I remember my right hand just going like clasp into my body, spit a bit there, clasp into my body and just going, and I just go, boom.
Damn.
And I was just like on the floor. I thought my instinct was just get up, but I was like my legs literally just like didn't respond. I was just like,
yeah, I really hope that doesn't fucking happen to me. Jesus, because the thing is, with boxing, he's not gonna follow you up, is he? But MMA, all of a sudden, I'm getting like,
oh god, mine was like in the corner as well because he was in the corner, and I was like, oh, I've got him cornered now. Go with this, just, you know, faint down and go up, and then got caught with it, and I kind of went into the corner, and I was like,
fuck.
Yeah,
that's probably a really embarrassing story for you that I'd never tell on the internet.
I think I've been dropped another 2 times or 3.
Damn, mad.
That's
See, I feel like that's too hard sparring if you're getting dropped.
yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Or it's just how much can you take, really? You're weak, okay? You are the issue, not the fact that I'm only swinging bombs at you 100%.
It's mad that we've gone from remember like going sparring after Thai boxing.
Yeah.
Like year 8 and year 9.
You go, Yanik, stop! I don't want to do this anymore. You go home. Yeah, I remember that. No, yeah, it is mad to I'm about to have the start of my amateur career.
Amateur MMA fight. God damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about though.
It is mad to think about. It's just like, you know, it's exciting. It's a new venture, and hopefully a fun one that doesn't kill me immediately.
I don't know if you've probably seen on the news. I don't really listen to the news, but obviously when I'm at work, they've also got the radio on, so I can't escape it.
Yeah.
I seen when I was writing my notes, I heard that Rishi Sunak and I don't know,
Gone.
Saji Javid or whatever his name is.
Wow, you racist motherfucker. I don't even know what his name is.
They resigned, and then I wrote that down. Then like literally yesterday, Boris resigned.
Big Boris, he resigned.
I'll get your opinion on that.
Woo! It's like he's a shit prime minister. You know what I mean? It's like I don't have. It's like, you know, fuck that dude. I'm surprised he lasted that long. I don't think he should. Sorry, I always forget about that. I don't think he should have lasted as long as he did.
No.
He was voted as like the Britain's worst prime minister.
Was he?
That's
no surprise there.
No, fucking like as a prime minister, you should not be getting fined for your actions. And it's like,
did you see Keir Starmer got
yeah, he got but no charges.
Yeah, no charges, and his secretary ever. Bullshit, bro.
Yeah, of course it's bullshit. If you make the law, you shouldn't break them.
I screenshot this because this was when before Boris Johnson resigned, but it was just after Rishi Sunak and that resigned, and this was a quote from Boris Johnson: "There is no place for anyone in this government who abuses power."
Oh, bro, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Actually, shut the fuck up. You're an embarrassment to the country.
Even though he's resigned now, it's either going to be someone who's just as bad as him, or who's worse.
Oh,
There is no good alternative. It's just going to be someone who's just as shit. Like Rishi Sunak, when he was the Chancellor, like his parents are worth billions.
Yeah,
Have you seen that?
He turned a thing down to reduce the energy cost increase, or there was some way to sort of try and combat it, and he said no. Let the people suffer, you know. It's like that whole mentality.
I saw another video literally today, and it was about how it was like Boris Johnson as he was growing up. When he was younger, one of his first reported things that he wanted to be was king of the world. And apparently he, in his when in his posh, private school or whatever, he had this group of society or whatever, and they used to literally make fun of poor people. Like they used to bully and I don't know if they assaulted poor people, but they would literally mock them and take the piss out of them.
That's heavy. That's so. I would love to fight Boris Johnson. That's my dream.
He is one of those people where you want to see him and you just want to.
Boris Johnson, Matt Hancock.
Mm-hmm.
Any female that walks the earth. No. Who else? Who's on your list? Top 5.
Boris Johnson, Matt Hancock, Joe Biden.
Okay.
Ooh. I'm trying to think. All I'm thinking right now is politicians. I'm not thinking like anyone else. It's just all politicians.
Okay, I don't know that many politicians,
Yeah.
to be honest, bro. Margaret Thatcher, if she was alive, she'd get it.
Yeah. I can't say anyone Chinese because then the whole place is gonna get blown up.
Oh wow!
Praise Xi Jinping. World leader Xi Jinping.
Heavy. What's it called? The guy got shot today, didn't he? Not Xi Jinping,
the former Japanese president.
Yeah.
Do you know why he got shot?
Let's find out.
Who else? Theresa May, maybe.
Maybe, but I feel bad.
I was never a fan of her.
Yeah, she hasn't given me enough to fight her.
David Cameron. I do not like David Cameron.
Yeah. God, see, can I Google that? I feel racist Googling that.
No, he's Japanese, not Chinese.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, it's former Japanese president. Winnie the Pooh. I do love those memes. There's Chinese social credit score memes.
Yeah, they're funny, but it's heavy. It's true.
Yeah, it is true, isn't it? It's like John Cena.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure.
John Cena.
Bing chilling. Whether he can actually speak Chinese, Mandarin, or whichever one it is, I'm not sure.
Apparently, have you heard about how Disney properly is China's bitch?
Makes sense.
Literally, every film, a lot of the films have to go. Every film has to go through China and the Chinese government before it's approved. With Doctor Strange, what was the white woman who at the temple? Who teaches him the powers?
Supreme.
Something like that, yeah. Because originally in the comic books, apparently that was in Tibet. It's set in Tibet. But China doesn't believe in Tibet. It's not it's not a real country,
oh shit, Taiwan.
Taiwan, yeah. And it was a Tibetan monk, but China obviously did not approve, so they changed it to a bald white woman.
That's mad. I know that China was pissed off because there's a lesbo scene in lesbo. Can I say lesbo?
Lesbo.
Can I say that? I feel bad saying that. There's a lesbian scene in Lightyear where two women kiss, and they banned it because they had originally told Disney to take it out. They said no, and so they banned the viewing of it in China.
What do you think of the in kids films making characters gay and LGBTQ?
Doesn't mean they're gonna have straight characters. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if they're gonna make Andy's mum and dad kiss or whatever. It's okay, then I don't see why they shouldn't be allowed to also kiss. I just think that the whole. I know you do get a lot of sort of sexualized characters in young kids things, which I don't think should be.
Mhm.
Like I don't think the whole sort of like I don't think kissing scenes and that sort of stuff are necessary whether you're an LGBTQ character or a straight character.
Mhm.
It's just but it doesn't matter. I don't think that there should be more or less LGBTQ people in films. It just doesn't. It doesn't affect me.
It doesn't add to the plot either necessarily. A lot of the times, especially like the kissing. Oh, well, who was it? It was a the Harry Potter author.
Oh, about she went off on one.
Yeah, it's just
like I feel like at that point that's like an extreme case. I think
Yeah.
being straight doesn't add to the plot either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know,
sometimes it does seem a bit like they're just trying to win like popularity points, if that makes sense. So to look good.
award
You know what I mean?
baiting. Yeah. I think that definitely does happen a lot. I saw Samuel Jackson say that he would rather play films that he has fun doing the roles than like Oscar baits and stuff. Like he'd rather be he'd rather be Mace Windu and shit like that. And I can respect that because, you know, at the end of the day, whether he wins the Oscar or not, he's still gonna take $100 million for his films and shit. It's like
Yeah.
that's more than enough.
Have
money.
fun doing it, I guess.
Yeah.
When there's not a concept to him, like when you're getting that much.
No fucking hell. Oh, bro, $100 million is. I think $100 million is too much money to be earning per film. He's probably not earning that. It's probably a gross. Actually, no. Let's find out. Let's find out what his net worth is. His net worth is probably about $100 million.
No, I reckon maybe a bit more. I've heard the Oscars is the Oscars and what's the music award?
BAFTA.
No, that's
Oh no. The Grammy.
the Grammy. Yeah, those kind of award things they've gone downhill. Like the authenticity of them, like with the whole Will Smith thing. It's just kind of like, what are you doing, lad?
Yeah.
Camera perfectly positioned for when Will was walking.
Oh, do you think it was faked?
I don't think it was faked, but it did seem a bit it's inauthentic. You know what I mean? Everything about it seems inauthentic.
Yeah.
Just everyone just kind of like, look at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Samuel Jackson's net worth is $250 million, which is
damn.
ridiculous.
I really liked. Have you watched? Is it Django?
Oh no, it's not my watch. So I need to watch
It's
it.
It's really good with Jamie Foxx. That's a really good film.
It's got the guy like Chris. No, it's not Christopher Walken. What's his fucking name? The old guy. He won an Oscar for it, didn't he?
I have no idea.
Hang on. What's his name? Yeah. Oh, Christoph Waltz. Have you seen?
Oh yeah.
Have you seen Inglourious Bastard?
Yeah.
He's in that too.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, old German guy. Is he? Yeah, German Austrian actor. What sort of actors do you dislike a lot?
I don't necessarily dislike any actors. What's that? Jared Leto, the Joker guy.
Oh yeah, I don't really fuck with Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Sending people piss and shit because he's method acting. It's like, no, you're a fucking lunatic.
Method acting.
Yeah. What do you think about method acting? Do you think you'd do it if you were a thing?
Well, I mean, it's kind of it's a good way of doing it, isn't it? Because you're like programming your brain to think that way, aren't you?
Right. Yeah, but I also maybe I'm not built for acting. I don't understand, you know. But like, I feel like I could do a perfectly good, like character. Maybe it feel more authentic. Method acting, but I'm not gonna send piss to people. I think that's weird.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. It's just like acting in your
you
how
yourself.
how the character would be. But obviously, you know, you gotta limit yourself a little bit. Don't send piss to people.
Yeah, have some fucking self-control. People.
Leonardo DiCaprio is very good at that, apparently, isn't he?
Sending piss to people. Oh, method acting.
Method acting.
Yeah, DiCaprio's a beast.
He's also really good at being an activist for climate change and then going on as many plane rides as possible.
Yeah, and he's also really good at dating 21-year-old girls. That's something.
Do you think there's something wrong with that though? At his age,
I think
he's like in his 40s now, isn't he?
It gets to a point where it's like,
yeah, but it's like
just because it's legal doesn't mean it's morally good.
But he's got that money now, isn't he? He can appeal to. Like if he can date, he's Leonardo DiCaprio. He can date whoever he wants.
Yeah, but so that doesn't mean well, to an extent, like you can't go dating kids. You know
No,
what I mean?
obviously, yeah.
I feel like waiting for someone to be legal is it's weird. It's like with I'm not saying he has waited for them to be legal, but that whole barely legal at like 50 years old, I think that's odd.
Did you see? Remember was it, you know the Cashmere Outside girl?
Oh,
What's her name? Bad
Bad
Baby.
Baby. Or
Yeah, yeah. When as soon as she turned 18,
started OnlyFans.
started OnlyFans, everybody was just, everyone was waiting for that moment, that 12 at midnight,
So
to put that link in her bio.
I mean, like, get the bag, sis. I guess, like, you know, if that's what she wants to do, then go for it. But it's fucked up that people were waiting. And with Millie Bobby Brown. Not Millie Bobby Brown, Billie Eilish, but Drake was waiting for Millie Bobby
Drake
Brown.
was, yeah.
Yeah, people, like, I remember seeing memes about it, and, like, they were kind of funny, but heavy that they exist, where they'd have, like, countdown until she's legal and shit, and it's like,
oh my gosh.
You're an awful human being. Basement dweller fucking shit right there, man.
Have you seen, Hamza is quitting YouTube? He's been talking about it.
What? Why?
He said that I watched a video because he's moved to Thailand, hasn't he?
Yeah, to Bali.
Yeah, and he said that since he's got there, he just hasn't felt like himself or whatever. He hasn't felt as good as he was back home. And he said that when his channel started really popping off about a year or so ago, he imagined, he said to his editor, like, oh, that's it, I'm done now. And his editor persuaded him not to. He was like, this is just the start, you know, what are you doing? Yeah. And he was saying now how he feels like he's just sort of accomplished YouTube and there's not much more left for him to do.
I definitely don't think he's accomplished YouTube. He's got like 500,000 subscribers.
Yeah, but that's for himself. Like, if he feels like he's done what he needs to do, like he's given out his message.
Yeah, he's achieved his goal. I mean, like, yeah, fair, but what's he gonna do? Like, how's he gonna get money now?
I think he's writing a book at the minute. But like he said that cause he's debating moving back.
Yeah, he's homesick by the sounds of it. He's he's only been out there for like a month. He just sounds homesick.
Well, he described it as he enjoys being in his routine, and when he's at home in his routine, he's just like, he gets everything done and he feels great, and his productivity is amazing. That's what makes him feel good. And he's been out of it a lot more being in Thailand because he's been a lot more sociable. He's living with his mates, and it's just like, if they want to go do something, it's like, you're not gonna be like, no, I'm meditating.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if the boys ask to go hang out, it's like, yeah, go on, let's go get a drink or something. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna go do that. But he says he misses that routine. He misses his family. He said he misses his family as well.
Do you think Hamza's autistic? I think he is. I think that's
really?
I think that's the whole idea of routine and productivity. I think that's why it appeals to him so much, and like, because I think you might be autistic as well, like just a little bit. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's like, you know, the cleanliness, the like the sort of room has to be like this, otherwise you have a fucking panic attack. The whole idea of routine, and if shit changes the routine, it's like they're all very common symptoms of like ASD.
Well, if you look at anyone who's like successful, anyone's like in the military, their routine is like bang.
Is the military successful?
I mean, yeah.
Why is the military successful? I could fail school and join the military. Doesn't mean I'm successful.
Yeah, but you look at like SEALs, the amount of training they go through.
Yeah, but
that's you're pretty successful. You're a successful person if you can go through fucking SEAL training and come out.
Does that make you successful? Or does it just make you mentally strong?
Both, because you've got yourself to this such a high position where like that's a 1% position. The amount of people who become a Navy SEAL who get through stuff like that. 100%. That's a very minute category of people who've done that in history. You are successful, and like Jocko Willink, he was in the Navy SEALs. Now he's got like his own manufacturing thing in like America. He's like trying to bring like supply chains back to America so they're not dependent on like China and whatnot. So he's very successful. He said that like
Jocko Willink, big China hater. Nice.
So yeah, like I think you need routine. Anyone who's successful has a routine.
Yeah, maybe, but they're also definitely on the spectrum. You know what I mean? You see like Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk try and talk to other people. Like,
yeah, but those are very. Those are exceptions. Those like hyper exaggerated in a like hyperbole of success. How much they've done. You're just like an average like entrepreneur. Any fighter, they have a routine. Anyone who's in fight camp. You obviously.
You wouldn't understand.
You wouldn't understand.
No,
like a professional fighter, they're gonna have like wake up at 4 a.m, go for a run, have like a nice bath, have like then food, then sparring, then recovery, then sleep, and that's their fight camp. It's just boom, smashing shit out. Doesn't mean they're autistic.
No,
You have to have a regimen. You have to be disciplined. That's how you get shit done.
You can be disciplined without a routine, though. The idea of the way, like, what do I need to do today? Okay, I need to do this, this, and this, and then okay, I'm going to make sure I get all those things done. I get all those things done. That's discipline. Doesn't mean I have to do them every day, all day. I'm not saying having a routine is bad, and I don't think being autistic is bad. I think autism, there's like a sort of a zone on the autistic spectrum that normally, if people are in there, they have a higher chance of success because of their like obsessive nature and shit like that. I just definitely think Hamza's autistic. It also explains a lot of the sort of characteristics of as someone gets older with ASD, it's said they get better. They learn how to become more sociable and talk to people, and I think that could also explain part of his whole sort of progression and growth as a character and how he treats like his ex-girlfriend or like how he treated his ex-girlfriend and shit.
I don't think just because someone's like in a routine and likes to have a routine means they're autistic.
Oh,
doesn't mean they're on this. Doesn't mean they're on the spectrum. I'm
not just saying that. I've just given you another example. I'm not just saying.
You didn't just say I think you said to me I think you're on the spectrum.
Yeah, no, because I do think you're on the spectrum. That's
really?
Not just because of the routine. It's also not a bad thing. It's just like a. It wouldn't if you got a test and it came out positive, it would not surprise me.
I don't think I'm on the spectrum.
Yeah, of course not. You don't think.
The cleanliness thing, I think, is just because I've been raised by my mum. My mum's a very clean person. That rubs off on me. Man, I'm not. I don't think I'm autistic. I'm not, guys.
Yeah, we've got tears streaming. Stop saying I'm autistic. Yeah, I think that's what I'm seeing right now.
I think you need to
get a life.
No, I think you still need to learn about self-improvement a bit more because you don't understand the concepts quite yet enough. Like when I said to you about like. Yesterday we were talking about like you still in that video games argument.
Yeah, because I don't think video games are like
you haven't got to that point where you understand. It's like whenever you say to someone like, oh yeah, I'm training 2 hours a day, and I'm like, what? Why are you doing that? What's the point? Because they don't do it themselves. They don't understand. Like you said, like why would you do that? What's the point behind that?
But I've also had it where I don't play video games because I'm doing shit all the time and I miss video games. You know what I mean? It's like, do you think that to become successful you have to stop having fun?
No, you learn to enjoy these things.
No, that's not that's not real fun. I mean, to be successful, do you think you have to stop having fun that is innate?
No.
Well then. I have.
How do you know that video game's innate and it's not just you being like that dopamine, that like stimulation?
No, because like when I first play it, it's like okay, yeah, this is good.
So what about like like?
No, but you know what like innate means?
Yeah, like it's within you, like you're born with it.
Yeah. So you're saying you have to learn to enjoy these things. You have to learn the hardship, and you have to learn to enjoy depriving yourself of these things, which I don't necessarily think you do have to do. But I'm also not successful, and neither of us are our ideas of successful, which is like we do this a lot. We talk about shit we have no experience of, and it's like obviously biased and educated and prejudiced 100%. But maybe we need to talk about things that we actually have experience in.
Like what?
I fucking know, like you got nothing.
Exactly.
If we did probably only talk about things we'd have things on like actual experience of. The podcast would be drugs, fighting, a little bit of like internet experience.
Yeah.
Friends. Yeah. We don't have much. So maybe we shouldn't have started a podcast.
I think you look at any successful person, like that famous quote from Muhammad Ali. It's like I didn't enjoy a single day of camp, but once I got under those lights, that makes it all worth it. Like you have to go through that hardship. You do learn to enjoy things. And that's good. Like the things worth having in life don't come easy. Like you have to earn shit, and you will like you have to learn to enjoy the process. Like you look at anyone successful, and they'll tell you that exact same thing.
Okay. What do you call it? PewDiePie.
that again is an exception. Because you look
KSI.
at how many people actually made it with like doing that.
Yeah, that's the whole YouTube era, isn't it? And that is over. It just like there is the potential that it is, you know, I don't understand it because I'm not ready to accept it yet. But I also think that you know, part of self-improvement is understanding that you might not be right all the time. For example, lesser thin. How do you pronounce lesser thin?
Oh, yeah, lectin.
Lectin. You know, like that shit happens.
Yeah.
It just sounds like to self-improve, you have to give up a lot of the sort of the. I understand, you know, delayed gratification over like instant gratification. Like that makes sense. I understand that. But the idea of just giving up everything so you can learn, I don't think it's being true to yourself. And I think once you start trying to do so many things for other people or to try and be someone else, you lose yourself. And then like, I know that when you lose yourself, like that's when all sorts of like mental health issues come, because you don't know who you are anymore. You've become this person with these routines that aren't yours. And that's what I think there is, that danger that is overlooked a lot of the time.
When you want to be someone, you have to act like them. So if I want to be a rich person, I've got to adopt the habits of this rich person, so that becomes me.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. You do. What you're saying, you have to give up everything. Because you don't have to give up everything. What do you mean by that?
No, I'm saying you have to give up like all the sort of like when you say you have to learn to like the hardship and you have to find fun in doing other things now, that means that you're no longer doing the things before that you thought were fun. And if your idea of fun is, you know, or the only thing you find fun is getting drunk all the time, then yeah, like I understand why you can't do that. But I think when you have free time, to be able to use that free time in a way that you want by playing a video game, I don't think that means you're not going to be successful. Also, another point, your idea of successful is rich. And that's
rich, not just in a financial way.
Okay, if I want to be a happy person, so I have to act like a happy person and have those habits. What if part of those habits are enjoying the free time I have how I want?
The thing with that is,
in a safe, non-harmful way, obviously.
If you want to be happy, the thing when I say that I want money, I want freedom. If I have enough money, then I can support myself and I have freedom to do my other things. I'm not tied down to this you know, the matrix, the 9-to-5 system. You know what I mean? So that for me is that's the first step. Is making enough money to I'm independent, financially independent, and I'm free. I can do whatever I want. I can work a couple of hours a week, and I can be comfortable. Then from that, I want to be able to travel. I want to make loads of friends, try loads of like new food and shit. That's the next step. The next step is having rich experiences. I can use that money to fuel my life in a sense. You know, I want to experience it. I want to experience as much as possible of this world, of the minuscule time I have on this planet. That's what I want to use my money for. Not just like to get to that. I understand that I have to have some time, a period, whether it be 1, 5, or even 10 years, where it's just hustle. You know, you've got to lone wolf. I'm not gonna go lone wolf. But I have got to get my head down and grind, and then I know it will pay off eventually. I have got to go through that period of hardship. You like we said before about like partying, like, you know, you should do it like every now and again. It's good to do it every now and again. When you have these, you know, degenerate instant gratification activities, as long as you control it and you can at least admit to yourself that, okay, this is not a productive habit, a productive activity that I'm going to do right now, but I'm going to give I've prepared to make up for the time that I'm not going to be doing it by backlogging work, by preparing. Then I'm going to allow myself this time. But there is also that's one argument where you can acknowledge that you're going through this bad activity. But there's also like, if you want to be that top 1%, you don't have the time to do that. There is the level of success you want to achieve determines how much sacrifice you're going to make. You're going to have to make to achieve that.
I think at any point, any level of success where you have to sacrifice yourself is not a level of success worth achieving. And obviously people have different levels. I don't think I'll be in the 1% when I'm older, because I think that I value happiness too much over material possessions and money. And I think
so. It's not necessarily the material possessions. It's some people are just about that work. It's in them to just that's what makes them happy. That's what makes them whole. That's their purpose. It's just work.
Yeah.
I don't think you understand that because
it's not me. It's not my opinion, which is fair. You know, I get we're all different, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
That to me, that's a self-destructive behavior, because their whole thing of working is they're working for money. They're not working for free. They don't love to work, so they're going to do it for free. They love to earn money, and so that's why they work all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that is self-destructive. And so I would never want to get to that level of success that that person also wants to get to. And so, yeah, I suppose if the level of success determines the levels of sacrifice, how much are you willing to sacrifice for the game? What level do you want to get to? Because it takes surprisingly little, you have to lose surprisingly little of yourself to lose it all.
I'm willing to sacrifice quite a bit, me personally. Temporarily. I'm not gonna go for the rest of my life. I'm just gonna work constantly. Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that.
At least maybe max. I reckon within 5 years, I could get to a position where I can make my money work for me. To the point where I can just do a few investments, punch some numbers in, call some people, and then
short this.
crash Bitcoin, profit millions from it.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon within 5 years I'll be able to make money work for me, and to get to a point where if I've got to sacrifice a lot for 5 years and the rest of my life, I can live doing whatever I want, spend as much time with everyone as possible, do as many things as I want. Then yeah, I'd happily sacrifice 5 years of my life for the rest.
I think my fear is the idea that a sacrifice that I think is temporary may be permanent without me knowing.
Mm-hmm.
And so that makes me very... But I also have severe fears of detachment. So I
FOMO.
Not even FOMO. Just I can handle not being invited to something. That's what FOMO is to me.
Yeah.
But I think the idea of I have a severe fear of detachment, and it's
Detachment from what?
Anything. Giving things up. I struggle with so hard.
This sort of 'cause one of the things I wanted to talk about. I've seen Chris from First Man talk about it. It's the stick or twist concept. You know how you're saying about you don't want to give things up because you feel like it might be forever. Have you played the card game 21?
What, the casino one?
Yeah, it's you
hit or stick or
stick or twist. So for those who don't know, who aren't avid gamblers, it's 21. It's essentially you get given. Is it one card you get given or two? Two. So you get given 2 cards, and let's say I've got 5 and another 5, so I've got 10. And then the dealer's got the cards. We can't see what cards he's got. You can either choose to say I'm going to stick with the numbers I got, or I'm going to take another card. And the aim of the game is to get as close to 21 as possible. If you go over, then you lose. So it's the same concept with life, and this is what First Man talked about. You can accept what card you got given now. You can cash in, or you can take another card. You take a risk and see what you can get. That's the same with life. So you can accept everything I've got now. I can accept the job I've got now. I can stay in this job. I can stay working as a labourer for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I can stay in this area for the rest of my life with the same people, going to Rosie's. every weekend. Going to Weatherspoons.
Nice.
Or I can twist. I can take another card. I can take another chances. And I can delay gratification. And I can work on a business, for example. I can work on a podcast. See where that takes me.
Yeah.
And I can hustle at it. And it might pay off. It may pay off.
Hopefully.
And what's good about it being with life and not the game is that if I go bust in a business, if it doesn't go off, I can just start another one. I can find another idea, readjust, go again. It's not with a game where you lose and you're dead.
Yeah.
You don't just like fail and just, you know. You can keep going until you do succeed. That's what a lot of, like, entrepreneurs find, is that it takes them like a couple of businesses before they find one that clicks, and then they enjoy it and it takes off. Like if you think, oh, I want to go clubbing in all these fancy places, but you know, you're going out to Chester every night. If you delay that gratification, work hard, make money, you can go from clubbing in Chester to clubbing in like Europe. Imagine that. Imagine like being on the beach and on the Mediterranean. You're at a club.
Is the Mediterranean in Europe?
Yeah. The Mediterranean coast.
Oh yeah. What? I need to look at a map. I haven't looked at a map in so fucking long.
It's sort of like south of France. I think Italy as well.
Oh,
around that area.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
the Mediterranean
yeah.
Sea. Yeah. I would take that any day over fucking Rosies. I would much rather dedicate 1 to 5 years hustling, not go to the club in Rosies, and then end up being able to go to the club in the beach in Italy, having just had some nice like pasta or something from an authentic Italian restaurant, and live life, because I've got my money, I've got my finances, I've got everything to that position where I'm able to do that.
What if the gratification never comes? Do you ever think like I'm scared of that?
That's just the risk you got to take. Everyone, like, if you're not willing to take that risk, then you're never gonna get it anyway.
Yeah.
Like you miss every shot you don't take. You know.
True. That is very, very true. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. But I also, on average, score about 2-3 pointers in a game in basketball after I shoot about 50. So
you gotta keep going, isn't it? Like,
yeah, bro.
You can't quit.
You can't quit. You know,
Can't
do the hard work when you don't feel like it. That's my tagline that I created.
Jeffrey, you're a done it. So I really like that concept though, because I see it everywhere.
What, Jeffrey and Adonis?
No, stick or twist.
Oh.
Who's stuck with their cards, or who decided to twist? And then you think like,
Yeah.
damn, you've been in the same job for like 30 years. How?
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't do that. Like, I'd probably get bored. Like with working at Apex, like I was bored after a few months, realistically. Like,
damn, that's just like a boring fucking job.
I think it's also like, I'm just the type of person I need like
Constant stimulation.
that. Yes.
It's actually not. I don't think it is anyway.
I'm just like, I need to see myself progressing.
You can't plateau.
Yeah.
What about if in year 3 you plateau of that graph? Do you stop, or do you carry on for another 2 years? What do you do then?
When you see a little bit of decline, that just means something needs changing. You need to readjust. It doesn't mean you should quit.
It's not just decline. I mean, as in like 6-month plateau. So you just, you know, all this progress will.
if you explore every avenue, explore every like way you can try and save it. And then if it doesn't, then just, you know, cut your losses. Then, you know, you still would have learned. You're in a better position than if you hadn't have started, because you would have learned so much.
Yeah, sure.
So you can take that into your next attempt of trying to become a quadrillionaire,
King of the world.
king of the world. You just gotta go again. Like, you just gotta keep twisting. Like, don't fucking stick.
No.
Like, that, like, sticking to me that's
Death.
That's
That's purgatory.
Yeah, that is. It's literally like, you can. That is like sense to, it's hell on earth, not hell on earth, but torture. You know what I mean? It's either that you either take that like sharp initial pain, or that just constant dull, numb, that numb, like, just nagging pain in your head of constantly knowing what could have been.
Oh god, yeah, missed potential is the worst. Oh, fuck yeah, that's a bad one.
David Goggins said it like in his audiobook. He was saying like, what if like at the end of your life, this is how he imagined, like, what was one of his like motivations was, imagine you get at the end of life and you're walking up the steps to heaven, and God's there and he's waiting with like a list. He's like, all the things you've accomplished, and he details them and he flips the paper over, and then it's all the things you could have accomplished, and it's this big line. And he talked about how when he was a 300-pound man, and he was just working as a cockroach, like what do you call it? Exterminator. That's it.
Peak David Goggins. I think.
What if that same guy went up there to heaven and he saw like Navy SEAL, woodland firefighter, done all like raise all this money for the veterans, the millions he's inspired and all that stuff, or the book that he's written.
That's pretty beast, to be fair.
Imagine that. Yanik, now you 69 kg Yanik goes to heaven. You stay the same. You stuck, and then he reveals like.
Actually, amateur MMA fights for the rest of my life. Survive enough ticket money.
BUP.
Extraordinaire.
Philanthropist. MMA champ or whatever.
Yeah.
He sees all this stuff. You'd feel like shit.
Yeah, probably.
Just, visualize that yourself. Like everything you want to achieve, but you stay where you are right now. You just you keep working that shitty Mackey's job you're working right now. You know. And then imagine that you come to the end and you see this big list of what could have been.
Yeah, that's not a fun list. That is not a good looking list.
Another motivation is like how long you got left.
Yeah, the idea that tomorrow isn't guaranteed.
No, just like how long you got left on Earth. Like say you're gonna die at 80. Basically you're gonna have about 30 years of your life. Once you add up everything. Like of spare time, of
like
what
retirement, post-retirement time,
of what you can choose to do yourself.
Yeah,
let's go into the video games. You got in the grand scheme of things, you don't have much time.
Yeah,
you're gonna waste that time playing video games.
Why is it wasted?
Because you could have. It's wasted potential. That long list of things you could have achieved. Instead, you were sticking and you played video games.
But did I have a good time doing it?
You may have a good time, but was it worth it? Was it worth? Would you rather? Oh yeah, I got some XP on League of Legends.
I completed Skate 3.
Yeah, so. Or I could have been world champ MMA fighter.
I do both. Max Holloway loves video games. Max Holloway, featherweight champ, was a former featherweight champ. Mm-hmm. He loves video games. Mm-hmm. He's got a son. He's got a wife. He's got family. You know. Go on, rebuttal that.
That time though, what if you wasted that time? You spend too much time on video games. Because realistically, do you think he was always playing video games?
Yeah, that's how he learned how to be a fighter. You know, I've seen the clip where he's talking to Joe Rogan. And he's like, yeah, man, I saw what worked in the video game. Like,
yeah, but you could have worked out in sparring and shit.
I'm doing research, right?
Playing that fucking game on my computer last night.
That was a sick game. And that was killing time for 5 minutes. Sorry, should I have been reading a book on how to better myself?
We need to go over the goals for the podcast. We need to get that vision down.
We've already done that. We know what the goals are. Succeed, achieve, believe, all right?
Yeah, but you need that crystal clear vision, that goal to visualize. Because succeed is just like, what is succeeding?
Exactly. That's a deep question. We should ponder that for another 40 minutes.
What is succeeding? Like, you have to define success.
Yeah.
That's your vision. Think about it, right? Because our brains can't really comprehend.
Our monkey brains
can't comprehend the entire world around us. No. We need that vision. We need that, that's why routine's important, because it helps you sort of conceptualize the world around you.
Does it make your brain calm down a bit?
No, right. If you imagine, right, you focus on this plant right here, right? Focus on that plant, right? You can see the things around you, but it's not crystal clear. It's not in focus.
It's blurry.
That's the same thing with your goals.
Wait, which are my goals? The plant or the things around
off.
it?
with your life,
okay,
right? You need that goal, you need that vision, because everything else around you is blurry. You can't make sense of everything out. You can see like the photo on the side there, but you can't make out what the face is. Yeah. So you look at the photo, but then that plant's blurry now, isn't it?
Oh no, what the hell?
Yeah, right. That's the thing. You need that direct vision for you to understand the world and what's going on in the world, because your brain can't fucking like comprehend everything. You need that like vision.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to define that vision. So you have that that drive. You know what I mean? So I'm not just saying I'm gonna succeed. I'm gonna be a millionaire. Like, how are you gonna be that? When you're gonna be a millionaire by? How are you gonna achieve? How are you gonna become a millionaire?
Like, yeah, no, I know that shit is right. I there's no sort of debunking it. I just have low sort of self-belief.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I very much struggle with the idea that, I can actually do things. So it's like that. I don't even know how to fucking fix that. You know, it is. I think it's hard to believe in in a cause that you don't believe in. It's hard to sort of trick yourself into believing it until you actually believe it. So I don't really.
It's positive feedback loops, because you're in that negative feedback loop. Because let's say, I start a business. I think it's gonna do shit, so I keep thinking that the business does shit. But when you get that, I start a business, I think it's gonna do shit. You need to break that loop and start literally just saying to yourself, no, this is gonna, like, get your goals down and think this is gonna achieve 100k within 5 years. You know, you gotta just keep repeating that to yourself. You do start to leave it, because you change how your brain thinks. Remember I was saying about, like, you're training your brain to think negatively. It's the same way. You gotta train your brain to think positively, and then as well, when you see the progress, then you start to leave it even more, because you see that it's like actually materializing in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the thing with, like, the podcast. Like, when we first start, my belief is slowly getting better in it. Because, like, when we first started, it's like, yeah, you know, this is a pretty sick idea, you know.
Yeah.
Could be sick if it, like, blew up, and, you know, you might imagine. But then you see, like, the numbers going up and up and up, and, you know, people recognizing us in the street.
Yeah, we have been recognized. Lou's been recognized once. I haven't recognized. No, you've been recognized twice. I haven't recognized once.
Who's more popular?
Me.
See, that's pretty sick.
That was actually, it was a bit surreal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because we're nowhere, like, we're not big, but it is cool. It's like to get like real life feedback that isn't your shit.
It'd be sick to, like, go to a pie, whatever, or, like, just some, like, big event and being like,
yeah, the like the red. Just goes, come on, you guys. What is that called? Oh, the rope. Yeah, the rope.
Yeah. The bouncer letting us in. Just show them we've got the ownership of the BUP Instagram account. Like, show my tag watch. But it would be sick if people are just like, oh my god, I watch you. Like, imagine that.
Yeah. See, but when I say that to a girl like, late at night, it's like, oh, I'm the creep.
I don't want to get to a point where it's like getting mobbed, though. You know what I mean? Not
too late. It's already happening, bro. Screaming. You guys can't see it, but there's 1,000 fans outside our door right now.
Yeah, that's when it gets a bit like.
Yeah. I was watching Paddy the Baddies vlog, and like he went to a festival in Liverpool, and he had to like go incognito.
Oh.
And it's like, yeah, damn. And he's like just saying because he doesn't want to get swarmed. And it's like, fuck. That's why I want wealth without fame. Fame doesn't do it for me. Mm-hmm. But most UFC fighters have fame without wealth. So, you know,
yeah.
Sick.
Got the short end of the stick there, haven't they? Yeah, I watched them a Sidemen clip a while ago, and they were saying how, like, oh yeah, we go to like all the festivals, but we're just in disguises so you don't see us. And I was kind of like, damn. Because you can be walking about and it's like KSI's next to you. It's like,
Joe met KSI.
Did he?
Yeah.
He didn't get a photo with him.
Like, oh, that's funny.
Oh my gosh, Joe.
His monkey brain. I'll tell the boys about this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my phone and message them. Look
It's mad when you see just people just walk up to celebrities recording their face. Like, that shit pissed me off.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's you.
Yeah, and it's like, lad, why? Well,
just clout. They want clout, don't they?
Clout.
Putting their Instagram story.
Clout
like
makes the world go
like
round.
the close up of their face of them being like, what the fuck, lad, get out.
Yeah, then if
like,
you get pissed off, you're then in the wrong.
Yeah.
All over TMZ.
Yeah, TMZ. KSI's seen assaulting fan, innocent fan.
Yeah, fucking
That's what I define success as. Being on TMZ, getting clickbaited for assaulting a fan.
Oh my god, bro, clickbait is horrific. There's Snapchat discovery page is the worst for clickbait.
Oh yeah. I think one of the worst ones.
Let's just I can
find just go on Snapchat.
Yeah,
now.
Hang on. Texas girls are different. Playtime's over, lad.
I tried to look one time. There's no way to turn that explore page off.
No, you like every time I see those sort of girl like infos, I just go not interested, not interested. I still get them.
Yeah, you're not gonna stop.
Oh, the Liver King exposed, nice.
Ooh.
Amaranth got a new toy.
Who?
Like, Amaranth,
Who's that?
like a Twitch person.
Alright.
There you go. You got Namagamedov versus Frinsu. You know that was nice. I'll watch that one later. His muscles melt away. Like that's fine. That isn't really clickbait. But then there's this where it's like he's obsessed with Sydney Sweeney, and then it's a photo of Logan Paul, and then I assume Sydney Sweeney. ... Streamers who got famous for the wrong reasons. They just sell. They use sex to sell.
Yeah.
Hardest face.
Yeah, I'll put on the screen. Send that to me.
That's heavy. We probably shouldn't boast that we're laughing about that, to be honest.
Did you see the I Show Speed like setting off a
Oh my
firework
God.
in his bedroom?
What a dumbass, bro.
I really like I Show Speed.
He's funny
he's
to laugh
funny
at.
as fuck. What's the one? Have you seen like the FIFA clips ones? And it's like saying the footballers' names. And he's
yeah.
like Tom Holland.
Suey. And he's like so angry when anyone mentions Messi. Shit like that.
There was when he kept getting like Spanish plays, he'd be like, Mexico again?
Yeah.
Let me find it to you.
No, he is funny. It's like Flight. What do you call it? Do you ever watch Flight?
No.
Oh, Flight was basically the original I Show Speed.
Right, okay. I'll probably recognize him if I saw him.
He was funny. But he's just like completely fallen off and all Speed's overtaking him.
Yeah, here we go.
Dalla Piano! Oh yeah! Turkey! Red Sun winner. Casemiro. Black! Oh my god! Mexico! Not this! I don't... No! Bro, not this ugly ass dude! Not Tom Holland! Hot! I'm hot! I'm hot! Mexico! Turkey! France! Huh? Somebody.
Yeah, he's a fucking dollar. Do you think he puts it on? Like he definitely exaggerates it. I think.
Do you think?
I think he is stupid, but I think he
It's
exaggerates
American,
it.
like American.
Average,
like,
that's the strongest American dude they've got.
it's when they ask him like geography questions and then just like.
Yeah, because it's like the whole
Outlander?
world isn't the United States. You know what I mean?
Every superhero film in the world's in danger. America.
Yeah, literally.
Captain America, leader of the free world.
Global level threat. And it's in Texas. Like, shut up.
What's your opinion on the Gentle Minions?
I think it's funny. I think I can respect it. What, all the boys getting up in suits to go.
What do you think about though? Like the way cinemas have been like it's ruining.
I think it's
kids'
stupid. Because
kids' first experience of a cinema.
why would no?
I think that'd be like such a memorable experience going to see the Minions and then being like everyone like as a kid.
Yeah, probably. You know,
Eating
someone
bananas.
yeah, because like as a kid, you have such like enthusiasm for everything.
Mm.
So to see that enthusiasm is shared, like yeah, I suppose it's also made them so much money. Like
yeah.
they don't understand that. Like they tried to do it with Morbius when people made fun of Morbius and they were like, oh, but if you run it again, we'll go watch it. So they did, and then no one went to watch it because it's a shit film. Like they flopped with that. But now this is picked up.
It's popping off.
Yeah, and they're like, no, you know, you're not allowed if you're wearing suits. Like, what the shut up. Well, it's probably like, no, I know they're not causing damage. Or are they throwing bananas at things?
No, they're just like shouting and cheering when like Bob comes on the screen like
Yeah.
yes! All sitting like
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that shit is funny, and I think it's like, you know, we need more shit like that. I love it when random internet trends just happen. It's a shame we don't get more of them, but you can't force them, can you? You just have to let them naturally come.
yeah.
And that's what big companies don't understand, is that when they press buttons, sometimes things don't happen. Fuck big companies, bro. Fuck Sony.
Sony. Oh yeah.
You know, rise.
Fight the power.
Yeah, fight the man. Right. What? How long have we been going for?
I think we should leave it as that. 1 hour 5 minutes. Episode 20.
Episode
But
20.
when this comes out,
I'll have
probably when you're watching this, Yanik will be
knocked
0
out.
and 1. Hopefully everyone enjoyed. Hopefully we get a
Hopefully.
guest on next episode.
Yeah, fucking.
It's our last episode. Next
Ever.
ever. Clickbait. Next week.
We should.
Yeah.
Our last episode.
Yeah, because I'm being super cool.
Lou's been deported.
I'm twisted. Yeah.
For crimes against
Humanity.
humanity. Yeah. He's been deported.
Yeah. So yeah, and last episode next week. Hopefully get a guest on. Wish everyone luck. See you at Janik's fight tomorrow. Get recognised even more from our sick podcast.
What a sick podcast.
See you later, guys.
Imagine if he knocks me out and he's like, yeah, and I think your podcast shit too.
Well, get him on. Get him on as a guest.
Yeah, true.